starting with the fourth row on your left.
Bruce, CY just told the story about you being in this room right after you got hired and kind of pounding the table about a question about whether or not this team could be successful, and you saying, don't tell me we can't have success with this team. How did you know at that point that this team could be successful, and did you expect this kind of success? What's it been like to see it play out in this way?
Well, first of all, it goes back, I went back and looked at some games, and I could see the talent on this team, especially on the position players side, the offense that they put up runs, and then we see why talking about their vision, their commitment to going outside and starting pitching. So, I said once they get that, this team will win. There's no doubt in my mind in this spring training. When I looked out there and saw that club, I said, this team's going to make some noise this year. You never know you're going to get to this point. I mean, this is a special place, but I could see that this team had the ability, the capability of doing it.
Any questions for Coach? Go here.
Coach, you guys have seen Zach Allen twice this year. What makes him such a successful pitcher at this level?
Well, he's a four-pitch guy with command, good stuff. He's got velocity, he's got, he can cut it, the breaking ball along with the good fastball and changeup. So that works up here. Holds runners, does all the little things good pitchers do, and it works both sides. So that's why he's had so much success. I've seen him quite a few times, and he's just gotten better and better.
Questions for Bruce? Oh, Ron on the end there.
Bruce, when you were retired in 20 and 21, did you watch the World Series at all, and where did you watch it from, if you did?
I did. I watched it from my house. I just moved to Nashville, just south of Nashville, College Grove, and that's where I watched it. And at that time, I'll be honest, with all that was going on with the COVID and the bubbling of the players wearing a mask, I said, my timing was pretty good on this retirement deal. So I had no problem sitting at my home watching it, if I couldn't be there.
And then a week after you were hired last year, did you watch last year's World Series, and any thoughts in your mind that you could be in it with them a year later?
I'll say this, my thoughts were, I'm getting back in this, to get back to the postseason, and get back to the World Series. Now, CY and I sat down, we talked about 7 hours at my house, and we both had the same desire, the same vision. His was really strong, and he was determined to get winning baseball back here to the Rangers. And same commitment came from Ray Davis when he came out. We talked for a while, and so sure, that's kind of goes through your mind. Hey, I want one more shot at least, to get back into the World Series. Now, like I said, who knows what's going to happen when we get to this point. I'm talking about postseason and we get here, so I'm lucky. I'll say that. Very, very fortunate to be with this great group of guys, these players, this coaching staff, and of course the commitment, as I mentioned, from ownership and front office.
Far back near the cameras, Louis.
Hey Bruce, numerous times you told us that you were coaching T-ball while you were out. What was the name of the team, and have you heard from any of the kids?
Man, you got me on the name of the team. I'm trying to remember. I hate to say it, but I think it was the Astros. So, and that was my son's T-ball team this year. But anyway, it was just enjoyable for me to be out there. But I kid about it because you don't quite have that focus from those T-ball guys. They want to hit. I'm out there standing, by him on defense, trying to guide him where to go. I don't want to be out here. I want to hit. So I said, well, I got a DH here. And anyway, then they got to go to the bathroom, run out in the woods and things. So I'm getting back in baseball. It's easier there in major leagues than T-ball.
Yeah, Bruce, with, San Diego, you're so close with Kevin Tower as a GM, and obviously Saban in San Francisco. Is it seem seamless as well with CY, even though it's just been 1 year?
It really has been, of course, our connection back when he pitched for me. Who knew at that time he'd be my boss? But and it's similar. They all have an edge. They want to win, but it's really been an easy transition for me, seamless. And with the changes too. I was out for 3 years, but we couldn't have gone better. Now I kept saying this: if I got back in, it had to be in the right place. And I kept saying, well, this just seems like a great fit for me, and it's been more than that. So I'm very thankful.
More Evan up front.
When Chris Young came to your house in last year, with whom in the household did he have a tougher sell? You or your wife?
That's a great question. Kim, she came around. I will say, at first she goes, well, what is it you don't like about your life? You're fishing and golfing. But she's really enjoying it now. She's having a great time. We have all the family here. It's brought them back together. From all over, from San Diego, Tennessee, and Florida. They're all here. So that's the cool thing about what's happened here, being back in the World Series. One of the cool things.
Two more on the back, fifth row in the back center here.
You've been around here long enough to know how starved this fan base is for a championship. What's your sense of what it would mean to these fans to finish the job here?
Well, I hate to say it, I was, I guess, a little bit part of that, and it's really amazing when you look at, being in the World Series back-to-back years. That was impressive what they did there. And then, of course, the second year, you couldn't have a tougher heartbreak than what they had to deal with. Talking about the fans here in Arlington and the whole area. So you always want to do it for the fans. You have a cause, and it could be players, everybody, but the fans are part of that. Trust me, and I think about that. And so nothing would make me happier. So that's part of the reason we're playing.
One last one for Bochy. We'll finish up with Barry right here, third row.
Hey, Coach, I was just wondering what your thoughts were from afar of Melvin moving from the Padres to your old job at the Giants.
I'll be honest, I've been a little busy, but yeah, no, happy. I know, Bob's from the Bay Area, so I know he's got to be excited. He was a Giant, so it's good for I think the Bay Area.
One last one, Coach.
For the record, a tough question. He's a game 2 starter, and if so, who and why?
Yeah, well, Montgomery, he's set to go. Fits in. He's had enough rest, so he's good to go.
Coach, great to see you in another World
All right,
Series.
thank you.
Have fun.